Welcome to another week of what's that?
Oh yeah, this is
welcome to another week of Enjoy Life.
Hey.
The question of the week is, what's something you know your parents are right about, but you just won't admit it? I'm gonna read a couple off and then you can think about it.
Okay,
I feel like once I read a couple off, you'll be like, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. First, sometimes because I said so was a valid response.
Wow. Oh, that's good.
And as a dad
That's
now,
good.
I'm like, yes.
That's good. That is
just
good.
because I said, but I also don't like to leave it there. I feel like a lot of these are going to be a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because yes, but at the same time, explain to me why.
Why?
Yeah.
Like my dad especially would just say because I said so, and I'm like, why?
And leave it.
And just leave it and just walk away. That would make me the mad. Like I'm not okay. Yes, I'm frustrated that you said no. Okay, cool.
Cool.
I'm even more frustrated that you won't tell me why.
Just tell me why.
Tell me why, and I'll be cool. Like, I'll be like, okay, dang, sucks, but I'll be fine. That just makes me upset, and I can't stand when he did that. He did that all the time. So it's like, as a father.
I think it's because I'm a critical thinker. And
Okay.
I'm like, if you don't tell me why, I won't be able to critically think about this next time.
Okay, since you said that for yourself, do you think you'll owe your daughter an explanation?
I think I'm going to.
Okay.
But
fair.
I still agree. I'm like, because I said so, but this is why I say so.
Okay, so you'll always give the why.
Man, I won't say always. 'Cause I don't
Always.
know.
Yeah. Okay. Just
I feel like I want to. I feel like I'm going to want to.
okay.
Because I said so. Man,
That's
that is a
a good
valid
one.
answer sometimes, though. I don't remember a time my mom ever actually told me because I said, yes, I do. Never mind. Yes, I do. Neck roll and everything. Here was another one. Nothing good happens past midnight.
See, my parents never told me that. I've heard it from other people, but my parents never told me that.
My mom told me that. My dad never told me that. My dad was different. My dad trusted us to a dramatic extent.
Really?
Dramatic. I actually don't know if I would trust my kids that much.
So
now,
how?
granted, we didn't do anything that was just crazy, so maybe it's a good play. But like he was like, y'all can. We had like curfews. We weren't out till like 1 a.m. He was like, y'all can stay out as long as you want. Just tell me where you are and let me know when you're gonna be home. I need to know where you're gonna be and why you're gonna be there. Like he needed to know things, but at the end of the day, there was a certain level where he just trusted us, and I think that made us not want to do anything too dumb or too crazy.
See, I've heard that too. If your parents are too strict, that makes you want to go around, bend the rules a little bit and do. But if they're lenient, like you said, it's like, we don't really want to. We already got the.
Yeah, because then if you break it, you break it.
Yeah.
And then it'll go to that.
And then, okay.
I think that's what it was for us. And my brother was just like, my older brother, shout out to my older brother, Marlene. My high school years, I feel like could have been real crazy because it was like pre-Jesus. But because even before he loved Jesus, he just like didn't get into any of that, like just
Really?
stuff. Yeah, it made me not want to. Because I'm like, well, my brother's not doing it, so I'm not going to do it. Like, he would have a good time, but, like, he wasn't doing anything crazy.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy, like the impact that your big brother had on you.
Right? I love my big brother.
I like that.
And you grew up with all sisters.
One sister.
One
Yeah.
sister. How much older is she?
4.
4
Yeah.
years.
4 years older than me.
So when you were going into high school,
she was leaking out.
Exactly.
Middle school, too.
Okay.
High school, yeah.
Okay.
I rode the bus with her one time.
Yeah.
Because I can never, it was cool, though. She was popular, too. People knew me
Really?
because of who she was. She was an athlete, smart, yeah. Same for real.
Felt like a lot to live up to, though. Yeah, because I had a lot of brothers.
Yeah.
And everybody knew my brother.
See, the one thing I heard from my teachers all the time, because we had the same teachers, they were still there when she graduated. She was smart, good student, good person, all that stuff. And I was kind of a troublemaker. And she was like, man, I wish you were more like your sister.
Oh, that'll mess
Why are you not
you
like your
up.
sister? Every time I get in trouble, that's all they say. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Like, not bad.
Well, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Did you ever say that?
I'm sure I have. And, this made me so mad. I was on a basketball team, right? And it was this one particular practice where I just kept messing up. I couldn't get nothing right. And my sister, like I said, athlete, she won multiple championships, basketball, track star, she was great. And this one particular practice, like I said, I kept messing up. My coach looked at me, stop practice. And he said, in front of everybody. stop practice. He said, Courtney Howard, if you would play like your sister played, I guarantee you do a lot better. Or he said something like that, but he compared what I was doing wrong to my sister. And everybody looked at me like, I was like.
I literally have approval issues because of things like that.
I almost wanted to walk out the gym.
I wouldn't have done that, but it would have did something to me.
It would have, and it didn't help. I didn't do better.
No.
Like usually people would like play better. I play worse.
But the question is, the statement is very true. Not nothing good, but like most good things don't happen after midnight.
My parents said something similar. Just come back before the streetlights come on.
Oh, yeah.
So I heard that all the time.
I don't know if that was a white thing. I know that was a black thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I don't think that was a white thing. I never heard a white person.
Yeah, like be home before the streetlights came on.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
And I was at like 6, 7.
Right?
It's like, that's early.
Right?
Like, dang,
I
man.
loved daylight savings time when I was a kid. Be home before the streetlights come on? Oh,
Like,
yo, we got
bet.
an extra hour and a half now.
I'm out there.
Yes.
That's funny.
What, you got one now?
I see.
This isn't, it kind of counts, but it kind of doesn't because I have told her that she was right about this or that it was beneficial. My mom, when I was young, like young, I can remember me being like 8 to about 11 years old. She would bring me into the kitchen whenever she was cooking and she would make me like sit in a chair or on the counter and watch her cook. Mm-hmm. And she would be doing it and telling me what she was doing and why she was doing it. This goes here, this goes there, you got to do this. Mm-hmm. And I would say eventually when I got in like middle school, she told me it was because she never wanted me to have to depend on anybody to take care of myself. Mm-hmm. And man,
that's crazy.
When I tell you now, that was so beneficial.
Really?
A, I love to cook, but B, I've never had to depend on anybody else to be like, oh, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Same thing with cleaning, same thing with cooking, clean, all that. I can do all that. And I love to.
Really?
Yeah,
do you think you love to because?
That's exactly why.
That's good, yeah.
At the time, I didn't really care because I was a kid. But now I'm like, oh, I love to, like being able to go home at the end of the day and cook like a good meal. I'm not talking
snack.
Kraft mac and cheese. I'm talking like
a meal.
Bruh. And then my wife will eat anything.
Really?
Yeah, but she loves her a good meal too. So when I see her face and know that it's good,
that make you feel good.
I'm like, hey, I did that thing right there, boy. Man, here was the one that got me.
Uh-oh.
It hit a chord with me.
For real?
I would hate when my mom said this. We got food at home. Mom, can we go to McDonald's? Do you have McDonald's money?
Oh my God. Do you have McDonald's money? Oh
my God. You got Chick-fil-A money?
What does that even mean?
No, I'm 9. I want a Happy Meal. I just want to go home happy with my Happy Meal.
No way. We
got food at home. All right, well, I'm going to go home and then look in the cabinet and it ain't going to be nothing. And then you going to say, make you something. Fix something.
Find something.
That
struck something. That struck.
I found a restaurant when we were on the way home.
That's so funny because, and then they would, and then I don't know about you, but they would always tie it into how they grew up. Like,
right.
And I'm like, I didn't grow up like that.
We're good.
We're good. That's not my fault, but like, we're good. Come on, man. Oh, that's so funny. We have like we have a can of spaghetti and I don't know.
I don't want spaghetti. I don't want my spaghettis to be in the shape of an M. I want a burger.
I want some fries with a shake. That's
man,
funny.
That would send me. I want the Power Ranger that's in there. I just want to play with them.
That is funny. That is actually funny.
We got food at home.
That is so true.
You know, the first time I ever saw a pantry was at my white friend's house.
Really? So you never had a pantry growing up?
Never had a pantry. And then I walked in, like I remember. And then I went over to their house and I was like, hey, miss, who was it? I don't know whose house it was, but I was like, hey, miss so-and-so, do you have any like snacks that I can eat? Because we had just come from outside. She was like, yeah, baby, we got it all in the pantry.
What?
I acted like I knew what that meant, but I saw her point to the cabinet, so I was like, that's got to be it.
Yeah.
And so I opened the door. It looked like Walmart.
That's crazy.
I was like,
that's hilarious.
Oh, my pick of anything? Bruh.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. See, when I grew up, we had a pantry in our second house, which is our house now. Mm-hmm. But our first house, Nothing. Just a freezer and a microwave.
Fridge and microwave.
In the laundry room. But yeah, no, we didn't have a pantry growing up either. That's crazy. That's
Man,
funny,
some of these are good.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. Time goes by fast. Don't rush life.
I never heard that.
Time goes by fast. Don't rush life.
Very true.
Very true. I was thinking about that this morning, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad told me something similar to that like a month and a half ago. He said, just take it a day at a time.
Take it a day. That's another one. Take it a day at a time. What's a phrase my dad always used to say? My dad wasn't really a phrase guy, actually.
My dad just has random quotes in his head.
Yeah.
And he just says them when needed. And they're perfect for the moment.
I want to be
like,
that.
How do you do that?
I want to be that dad, though. I always got a quote for everything.
Always. And it's like to a point now where me and my sister laugh at it.
Exactly. But you remember
how do you do? Yeah,
you remember.
How?
You start seeing yourself, you overworking, you doing this, you doing that, and then you hear your dad's voice in your head go,
boom.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
People
People get stuff like that tattooed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
oh,
those are big.
Those are big, man. Hey, I've been saying this for a while. You got to meet my dad. Y'all hit it off.
I think I would actually love your dad.
Y'all hit it off.
The way
man.
you talk about him, I think I would love
That
him.
dude's dope. That dude's dope.
Well, you see, my mom and my dad were actually complete opposites. So, in the best way. So, my mom, whereas I said my dad would like just trust us to a crazy extent, my mom, she was a little bit more strict. And I feel like a lot of people's moms are like that. They're just a little bit more strict. And she would always say, not everybody has a parent to like, it was basically along the lines of not everybody has a parent that cares enough to keep you from things like this or to like give you boundaries or to give you things like that. And obviously as a kid you hate that.
Yeah.
Obviously I'm like, I don't care. Like,
yeah.
Mom, I just want to go to a sleepover.
Yeah. And then hearing that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that's actually really true.
That's deep.
Not everybody has a parent like physically there to keep them from certain things, but also like some people have parents there and then they just don't care enough to like be strict or loving in the way that some parents are.
Yeah. I just thought about one. If I wanted, let's say I go to a sleepover or something like that. If I wanted to go to a sleepover, my mom would always say this. She'd be like, I would say, okay, if she said no, I'd be like, well, Dylan's mom let him go. And she's like, well, I'm not Dylan's mom or you're not Dylan's mom. She would compare herself to Dylan's mom. She would not compare, but like, you know what I mean? Like,
my mom would say that all the time.
Yeah,
well, I'm not so-and-so's mom.
She'd always say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't have a comeback for that.
You don't.
It's like, dang, it's true, but let me go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah. That's
the question of the week.
Was that it?
Yeah, those were the only ones I had.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that question. That was funny.
Because I said so.
That's number one.
That's your number one?
Yeah, that's number one.
My number one was we got food at home. That struck something with me. That struck something with me. Nothing good happens after midnight. Time goes by fast. Don't rush life.
I like that.
Yeah. Those are good ones.
Everybody pay attention.
Pay attention.
If you're talking to somebody, is it okay to talk to other people as well at the same time?
Uh-oh. You talking about roster?
See, I don't want to say roster because that makes you seem like a player.
But that's what it sounds like, though.
No, it does sound like that, and I think that's what it is. But take it in an innocent way. You know, not a player type of feel. Just word it like this. If you're talking to somebody, okay, let's draw it out. You're talking to X. Okay? And YZW wants to talk to you as well. Keep in mind, you don't owe X anything. Y'all are just talking. Y'all are getting to know each other. Is there anything wrong to get to know them as well? Is there anything wrong with that?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think just like Scripture says, there's a time for everything. So why does that have to be at the same time? Why can't you just... And I think we have to also define what dating is.
Okay.
Okay? Because we have a talking phase now. And when people say talking, they're most likely talking about dating. It's just a new word for it.
So, but in my mind, dating means you're together.
In a relationship.
In a relationship. That's what I grew up thinking dating meant. Oh, me and so-and-so are dating. Oh, that's your boyfriend. That's what I think.
Everybody, okay, I'm not going to say it like it's concrete, like it's an absolute. I'll give you my definitions.
Okay.
Okay, talking, let's throw talking out.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, Dating, you are going on dates.
Boom.
And that is the get to know you phase. You're basically interviewing. When
Got
you go
you.
on dates, you're interviewing.
Got you.
Right? Which is why we always talk about, like, scripture doesn't talk about dating because that wasn't, like, it wasn't, they didn't do that back then. But we have, like, principles of marriage, right? So you're literally going through the interview phase and you're not tied to anyone at that point. However, let's go back to the first. Why can't, if everything has a time under the sun, why can't I go on a couple of dates with you, go on a date with you, see what I think, and then maybe go on a date with you, see what I think, instead of doing it both at the same time. By the way, if you're even doing that at the same time, that says that you are double-minded and you're not giving anyone your full attention. Like, whenever I hear some kind of, like, God showed up, God did this, it's always like man, I was, like, running hard after the Lord, and then he brought X. I've never heard it like, oh, I was dating somebody else, or I was in a relationship with somebody else, or, like, I've never heard that. Maybe it is true. But I'm like, if that's the case, why can't you just date one person, go on a couple of dates, and see, and then if it's like, all right, cool, no, you go on the next date. It's also a different conversation for girls than it is for guys.
I agree.
Because girls should be pursued.
I agree.
So, like, if you're chasing after 4 or 5 different guys and going on all of these dates just to see the prospects, that's probably not good. But then for a guy, if you really want to learn what it looks like to be faithful in the first place, then maybe just go after one at a time.
Okay.
Maybe pursue one at a time. Because let's say both of them are dope. Because you're going on multiple dates with all 3 of them. And then all 3 of them find out.
See, that's another thing that I was about to say.
Let's just walk that out practically. Is that really being faithful?
That's another thing that I was about to say. So first, let me just say, your definition of dating is my definition of talking. You know what I mean? Getting to know, the baby phase. That's when we should get to know our favorite color, favorite shows, how we, like, you know what I mean? Family, friends. That's talking in this generation. So, to what you just said, I'm not talking about hiding anything. I feel like that's where communication comes in. That's where transparency comes in. Like, hey, I'm letting you know that I'm also talking to other people as well. And some people don't mind that. That's why there's different stages of talking or different levels of talking. Because some people take talking as it's just me and you. Some people take talking as, okay, it's us, but this is a talking phase. I'm just getting to know you while I'm getting to know some other people as well. And some people are fine with that, like I said. But if you're hiding it, that's different. I feel like if I'm talking to you,
it's very different.
If I'm talking to you thinking it's just us, then I found out you're talking to 4 other people, it's like, first of all, you were lying. Second of all, how can I trust you on down the road? And I'm learning that because I talk to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I 1,000% get that.
So
I get
really
that.
depends.
I
That's
just
why I'm
don't,
like,
my personal, I'm like, man, just take it one at a time.
Now, I'm like that.
Yeah.
I'm like that. I wouldn't talk to like 3 different people or 4 different people at once.
Here's why, is because I think that gives permission, which is dangerous now, for people to have a roster and justify it.
Yeah.
That is the exact same thing as a roster. We just don't want to call it a roster. Like, hey, this is the roster of people that I'm talking to right now, just to get to know them. Depending on who checks all the boxes, that's going to be my starting one. That's going to be my MVP. But I just want you to know that you're not the only one. Well, like, how does that make them feel? Like, genuinely. Some people genuinely don't care because they're probably doing the same thing. And if you, like, I'm not just going to be, like, legalistic about it. If that's you, then, all right, cool, you communicated about it, do the thing. Do the thing. But I just don't know, man. I just wouldn't want, like, if a girl were to tell me, hey, I just want you to know that, like, I just went on a date with so-and-so last week. It went pretty well. We're just getting to know each other. And then, like, I was talking to, see your face? It starts to get a little, but then I was talking to so-and-so like a month ago and it just didn't really work out. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe, like, you just, personally, I would be like, if you try it with him and see that he's, like, not for you, like, we can start this dating and talking back up again. But, like, I don't really know if I want to be another guy that you're dating right now.
That's true.
That's just me. I just don't.
I get that.
It goes back to faithfulness for me. Like, no dating is not in scripture. But if you want to go ahead and practice faithfulness, which is being dedicated to a one, not just like dating, even God. Like it's faithful is I'm putting every other thing that I could put in place of God to the side so that he can be my one. If you want to practice that, like why not just take it one at a time?
You got it. I agree.
I want to know what y'all think though. I think it's the at once that gets me. That's what I really think it is.
Really?
Because when you say, is it okay to date or talk to multiple people? I'm like, no. Mm-hmm. At once, I'm like, what are you searching for?
So let's say you go on a date with one girl, then the next week you're on a date with another girl. Is that?
I'm all right with that if you decided that the other one just wasn't what.
Really?
Because I also think after one date, you're either after one date, like a good date, you're going to be able to tell, hey, this can probably go somewhere.
It's a good date, yeah.
Or, I mean, it ain't bad. It could just be terrible. But it ain't bad. I just don't think they for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll be able to tell one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're just watching a 2-hour movie at the movie theater where you ain't able to talk. And you just looking at each other.
That's probably the worst first date.
Like, go on a good first date. Take a walk.
Next question.
Go to the park.
Take a walk.
Go to dinner.
Next question should be best ideas for the first date or good first date ideas.
I want to do that right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
Personally, ideal date, ideal day and everything.
I want to know. This girl just came into Courtney life. He like, man, she beautiful.
She's beautiful, bad.
She got a good personality.
Okay.
I'm kind of into her. She kind of into me. Hey, can I take you on a date?
What would I do?
Where are you taking her? Like, this is the first impression where you can, like I said, first date, it can either make or break. You know after this first date, what are you doing?
Okay, this is me, okay? It's a beautiful day outside. Gotta have food in there, most definitely.
Gotta have food.
So, of course.
you like to eat.
Oh yeah, most definitely. You already know. First, I'm driving, of course.
You drive.
Okay, I'm driving. I'm picking her up. I think it's so, personally, a picnic. I want to do a picnic.
Ooh,
in that way.
That's old school, and I kind of like it.
Exactly. In that way, I'm able to communicate with you. I'm able to talk to you while eating, and we're outside just vibing, just, you know what I mean?
Bringing on the picnic?
Fruits, of course. I'm bringing, first of all, grapes. Love grapes. Probably some grapes, some strawberries, maybe some pineapples, if I had to pick. I'm going to bring some. See, this is another thing I'm thinking. I don't think I'm going to feast at a picnic. You know what I mean? I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna bring some fried chicken on a picnic.
Right.
I feel like, you know,
some people different.
Some people do.
Some people like, hey,
get down to fried chicken. Some people
get
down.
We eat.
So that's another thing I'm thinking about. It's like, should I, Kane? It's like, should we eat again to fill our stomach up, or is it like,
it's your date. You tell me.
That's true. See now I'm thinking. I just know for sure a picnic. I don't know what's a picnic. Beautiful day outside. I want to go.
When are you starting that?
What do you mean?
Like,
time.
Is this taking a whole day, or is this just like?
Nah, I feel like picnic will start around 12.
Yeah.
I think a picnic should start around 12.
Solid.
So we have the whole day ahead of us too. So yeah, picnic 12. After that, walk. That's lame. Cause it's like I want to throw in an activity in there.
Okay.
Of some sort.
Yeah.
But I don't want to just do the simple bowling or skating. I don't want to do that. I want to do something different. Like some of you will remember. Hard.
Here's what. So me and Megan went on our first date. Well, let's go second date, cause we didn't know the first date was a date. It was dope, but I didn't know it was a date. Second date, drove up, cause I was in Alabama, she's in Nashville. 3 hour, drove up 3 hours. Took my truck, which was raggedy. Oh, it was like I think it was a '94 green Ford Ranger.
Really?
Bruh, when I tell you, Alabama to Tennessee is hilly, and sometimes you ain't know if you was gonna make it up that hill. It was that kind of truck.
That's funny.
Took it anyway. Went to Memphis. Memphis or Chattanooga. I always forget which one. We went to the aquarium, though. Because that was fun. That was fun for me.
That's really fun.
Right?
Yeah.
But at that point, we built a friendship. So I kind of knew, like, we didn't want to just go do something like crazy activity. It just needed to be like a chill. We going to talk. We going to have fun. But we going to eat good. So picked her up. We drove. I didn't play any music in the car on the way there. Typically, if you know me, my life is all about music. We blasting it, right? Anytime we take a road trip now, we blasting it. But I wanted to be intentional about conversation. I didn't want us to drive 2-3 hours and barely talk.
Yeah.
So we talked the whole way there. It was dope. Get there, went to the aquarium. Then we grabbed something to eat after, the food. Then we drove back. The drive back was crazy. That's a whole different story. It was actually crazy. Get back, and we had planned to hang out with some of her friends because I hadn't met her friends yet, right? So we hang out with them a little bit, and then I drop her back off. When we hung out with them, we went to get something else to eat because it was a 3-hour drive back. By that time, it was night. And then we were walking through 12 South, and there was a concert.
Oh.
So we stopped by the concert for a little bit, heard a little bit, took her home, drove back. Chill day. Activity, plenty of time to talk. Food, friends.
See, that's another thing. I was thinking about the friends, but it's the first date. And you and Megan kind of knew of each other.
Exactly. So we built a friendship.
We all built a friendship.
But if it wasn't, then we probably wouldn't have hung out. Our actual first date, which we didn't know was a date, we didn't have anybody else. It was just us.
It was just y'all. What'd y'all do?
We went, that one was simple because I think I had something else to do while I was in Nashville. We got something to eat, breakfast that morning. It was like brunch. And then we went to the art museum because we both love art. And then after we went to the art museum, we did something else where we just hung out in Nashville. I can't remember where we went though.
Yeah. I think that's cool. I really like museums.
Yeah.
I really like
We
museums.
both love art. Like we're even going to Indy this weekend, and one of the things that we booked was art museum.
For real?
Yeah.
That's dope.
We love art.
That's dope. So yeah.
First date ideas. I think fun is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because some people just don't know how to have fun.
Yeah.
And I need to know I'm gonna be able to have fun with you.
You gotta have some fun.
Yeah.
Exactly. Most definitely. It's like we're gonna cover like the basics. Like I'm gonna talk to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna eat, but I want to do an activity where we both enjoy.
Something that makes you laugh. I think my big thing is something that makes you laugh.
Yeah.
I need to see you laugh.
Yeah, and that's really how some inside jokes come to play in.
Yeah.
And then that'll take. So it's like, yeah, I really want to know what makes you laugh, how I can make you laugh, what you enjoy,
laugh,
conversation.
food. I think that's so.
Ooh.
Forget about the things. I think that's what it would be for me. Conversation, laugh, food. Good food. I gotta add that in there. Good food. We are not going to McDonald's.
So laugh comes with fun. Does that
Laugh
come
comes with fun.
I like that.
Those are my
Conversation,
things.
laugh, food.
Big three.
So laugh. So instead of saying fun, you rather say laugh.
Yeah,
Why?
because obviously if we're laughing, we're having fun. But some activities you can do, like bowling ain't just gonna make you laugh.
Yeah. Okay, that's true.
It's not in here.
Just bowling? Like what? Conversation, laugh, food. So those are the 3 biggest things for the first date.
3 big things for the first date.
I like that.
Verse of the week. Verse
What
of
is?
the week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick a number 1 through 30. You gonna pick a number 1 through. Nah, you gonna pick a number 2 through 10. Nah, 2 through 8.
2 through 8. Okay.
2 through 8. All right. What number do I want? I want 23.
I want 5.
You want 5? Wait, we got to read verse 4 because they're both together.
Okay,
Do not
yeah.
wear yourself out to get rich.
There you go.
Don't trust your own cleverness. Cast but a glance at riches, and they're gone, for they'll surely sprout wings and fly off to the sky like an eagle. Yeah, I think that was basically self-explanatory.
I think so.
Yeah. Don't work. Don't work to the bone trying to get rich, because the second you get it, the second you look at it, it's gonna be gone like a bird. Like, that's basically it.
We're not here long.
It's
now, what do you
wisdom.
think it means? Don't trust your own cleverness.
Don't trust your own. What was the next part of that? Don't trust your own cleverness. What?
That was for all 4 says, do not wear yourself out to get rich. Don't trust your own cleverness.
Yeah, I think that's just talking about don't trust, at the end of the day, trust in the Lord. I think it could be double-edged. So, don't trust your own cleverness to get rich, and then don't trust your own cleverness to stay rich.
Yeah.
And that's just reading it at face value.
I get that,
But
yeah.
most people, it talks about a lot in Scripture, storing up wealth for yourself, and then it being destroyed or you not being able to take it with you. And then it also talks about trusting in the Lord to get that in the first place, whenever you have it. This is where giving and tithe comes in.
Yeah.
Trust God with your first. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So when it says, for they will surely fly off like an eagle, and sprout wings and fly off like an eagle, what is they? The riches? Because it's going to be gone so
I
quick?
think so.
Makes sense.
They'll quickly fly. And we actually see this a lot.
Like nowadays?
Yeah.
Oh,
people
yeah,
get
facts.
rich. Yeah, people
Facts.
get rich and then it's gone.
Facts.
Bro, I was even just looking at the old Disney and Nickelodeon stars. You know, like kid stars, they had bukus of money and now they don't have anything.
That's
or like
crazy, isn't it?
athletes, they'll get out of the league and then they don't have anything. Like, don't trust your own cleverness. It's gonna leave. Like,
Yeah, I feel like if you trust your own cleverness, that's when you want to, your own cleverness, what you want to do is just spend, and forget about saving.
Or
Then it's
even
gone.
smart stuff like invest. But if you don't trust the Lord to speak to you about how to invest it, what to invest in, many people have done smart things and invested into the stock market and lost it all.
Yeah.
Like, trust the Lord. Just trust the Lord.
Instead of trusting yourself.
I will say that's hard, though. I will say that's hard.
To trust the Lord?
When you get it. I think when you don't have as much and you see people who have a lot, you're like, man, if you would just do X or if you would be smart about X. But I've been in a situation where, like, we came from nothing, and then I remember I was in real estate and was able to be a part of a really big deal. And I bought 2 pairs of way too expensive shoes. Like,
See?
like we think like, oh no, that would never be me, or oh no, I don't need it, or I would do this. No, you probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing it now and you're practicing it now, you'll probably be just like that.
It's easier said than done. That's
It's
what a
way
lot
easier
of things
said
too.
than done, man. So yeah, I think that's big. Practice it now. You can practice it through things like tithe. That's biblical.
Yeah.
It's not this, I have to. It's a, God, I trust you, so I'm going to give you the first so that you can bless the rest. You can practice it through not just tithe, but generosity. Like when you do get your paycheck, do you put, if you get $100, do you put aside 10 just to be generous?
Yeah.
Like you and your friend go out to eat and you like, hey, I got you with this one. Because you saved $10 just to do, or do you invest it? Like, yeah, I think it's simple stuff that you can do.
That's good.
Yeah. That was
Sure,
verse of the
good.
week. Shout out of the week.
Shout out of the week. My boy Courtney. Man, that dude right there.
That dude right
there. Who we going to though?
Bruh, it was so sad. I watched this show of these 2 British guys. They're hilarious. And I just saw a video. It was an old one. I'd seen it before, but it popped back up. Man, one of them was like, because they have producers on that show.
Yeah.
And he was like, man, I just want to really shout out somebody that's been putting in work, that is really chasing their dreams right now and doing the thing. And his like best friend who was sitting beside him, it was a split screen, so you could see his face go like,
Like he was waiting.
and then he said, and then he was like, yeah, man, I just want to shout him out. Man, you've been doing your thing. Ellis, you've been crushing it, man. Tell him about it. And you instantly saw his face go from.
He was getting ready. He was like, hey. I like
Have you ever
that,
been
right?
in that situation though?
Yes.
Yes, you
most
thought
definitely.
somebody was talking about you and you just wasn't.
It was a build up to, it was in high school because I was on the football team. And I think I was a sophomore, something like that. But he was talking about like player of the week. Like defensive player of the week.
That's the word.
And I knew I killed that last game too. Like a bunch of sacks, bunch of tackles, bunch of assists. And he was like hyping him up. The intro was crazy, like building it up. I want to give a shout out to this player right here, player of the week, just shouting it up. And I'm like I didn't want to say nothing, but I'm like moving.
Were you in
moving
class?
around. It was football practice.
Oh, it was at
so,
practice.
Yeah, it was at practice.
Oh, so you really
So we
feeling
was,
it.
hey, I
You
was
like, this about to
feeling
be
it.
in front of everybody.
I was feeling it. And then we usually go, that's funny. We usually go stand beside coach when our name is called. So I was getting ready to stand up and everything. I forget, I think his name was Jamal. Jamal Lacey. He was tough too. Jamal was tough.
Shout out to Jamal.
So shout out to Jamal. He said, I was getting ready to stand up too. He said, Jamal Lacey. I was like, I done play it off. I done readjust. Yeah, man, that's definitely happened to me. How about you?
God, I can't remember any off the top of my head.
Yeah, that just came to me, man.
Oh, yeah.
That was a sad moment.
Sad moment.
Shout out Jamal, man.
Shout out.
My boy.
Wait, who? Oh.
Wait, his name's Jamal? He was talking about the...
No.
Who is it, though?
Oh, God. Shout out. Hey, we want to give a shout out of the week to one of the girls that's actually going to be on here in a couple of weeks.
Zoe.
Listen, when I tell you Zoe is probably the most, we talk about spiritual gifts. That girl is discerning.
Really?
Listen.
Listen.
Wise beyond her years. Yo, you are super wise. I just love hearing you talk. She is super talented, by the way. And I just love you. You've been in our student ministry for the past 2.5 years since we started, and we just love you. She's always bringing friends. So when we talk about Enjoy Life show, teaching you how to love God, love people, and enjoy life every day.
She does that.
She does that.
Wow.
So shout out to
That's
you.
good.
Love you so much. This is your weekly love letter and shout out of the week. That's it though.
That's it.
That's a wrap. You got anything else to say? Close this out with. What's Courtney's wisdom of the day?
The fact that our hearts yearn for something this world cannot provide is proof that heaven is our home.
Dang.
Look, I wish I made that up, but I got that from C.S. Lewis. Man, I was
So? What you mean?
So? Yeah, man. When I heard that, I was like, wow.
The fact that our hearts yearn for something more is proof that heaven exists. Or heaven is our home.
It's heaven as our home. Wisdom of the day. That's it. I think we should start adding wisdom of the days.
Wisdom of the day.
Like just one quote or one.
My wisdom of the day is that Kobe was my favorite. Kobe was my favorite, yo. Kobe still is my favorite. His mentality is untouched. But what I learned today, my wisdom of the day, is that, you know his famous quote, job's not done?
Yeah.
Job's not done is not God's way. Job's not done is not God's way.
Oh.
God's way is literally to work. I think I said that 6 times. Work 6 days. Rest 7. And on that 7, he literally says, eat, drink, and enjoy all of the experience that your labor produced. The Kobe mentality is, job's not done, I can't enjoy it. Job's not done. And then when it is done, you know how long Kobe would celebrate? 2 days. And then he would be back in the gym.
Dang.
2 days. That mentality, job's not done, will never satisfy us.
Dang.
And God wants us to enjoy it in the moment. He wants us to work, and then rest and enjoy everything that our work did, from the grind to the hustle to our actual physical job and work and all of the work that we put in to be sanctified and holy and love people. Enjoy that. Enjoy it. Don't wait until job's not done to enjoy it. That's why I hate the phrase, you sleep when you're dead. Because that's a job's not done mentality. Sleep when you're dead. And the reality of it is that a lot of people are probably dead because they didn't sleep. You know how much sleep affects your health? Man, that's been messing me up this morning because I told you I'm going back through all of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
Looking at it through love. And the fourth one, the first one that is love yourself, not love God. The first 3 are all about loving God. Sabbath is about trusting God and loving yourself. Man, it's crazy that the first thing he said to do was just rest. If I did it, you can do it. And if you trust me, you can trust that, like, hey, I gave you these gifts, I gave you these talents, I gave you the ability to do that. And then I helped you produce something from it. So enjoy it. Goes by like that. Ecclesiastes will mess you up. Because Ecclesiastes is all about fear God, life is short, enjoy it.
Is Ecclesiastes where there's time for everything?
Time for everything.
Gotcha.
Yep, that's my wisdom. Messing me up.
That's a great wisdom of the day.
This has been the Enjoy Life Show. Next week is going to be a good one. I'm telling you right now. Tune in for it. As always, let's go out, love God,
love people,
enjoy life.
see y'all.